It is often said that men are revealed by their actions and not by their words. How a guy behaves often gives away his real feelings. Here are the top 10 signs that your guy loves you but is too scared to admit it. So girls, are you ready? 1. He would rather be with you than with anyone else. Have you noticed that he would do anything so that he can spend more and more time with you? If this describes your guy, then he is sending you a big sign that he feels so much more than friendly love for you. If he does not mind canceling other commitments just to see you, changing his schedule just to jibe with your free time, or planning ahead to be with you in the future, he's falling for you. Have you been out together and run into some of his friends, but he would rather stay with you than hang out with them? If he often gives up a night out and even a weekend with the boys, then you are one lucky gal. That is one sure sign of his interest in you. These simple acts are his way of saying that he loves being with you, period. No guy who didn't care would ever do that. This is a sign that you occupy a special place in his heart, even if he is too scared to say so. 2. He remembers special occasions. It is not in men's nature to remember a special occasion like a birthday or an anniversary. In fact, this trait can cause petty quarrels between people in relationships. If a guy you are dating makes an effort to recall dates that mean a lot to you, that is another sign that he is really into you. If he remembers important dates in your life, especially the date when you first met, what happened, even recalling the how you put up your hair and tiny details like the color of the dress you wore, he cares a great deal about you. When he makes it a point to do something unexpected and special, you are one lucky lady indeed. Feel lucky because this guy is truly listening and trying to be in tune with you. He is really determined to make you feel special. Does he make any excuse to get you something sweet? Did he notice that you were looking at that sinfully moist chocolate cake and then he got it for you because he just happened to pass by your favorite dessert shop? This is a really romantic guy who can't get you out of his mind. These kinds of little things show how much he truly cares for you. 3. He remembers things you say and do. If your guy remembers all the things about you, trivial or not, he is into you. If you notice him remembering your favorite mocha frappe at Starbucks, that you still cry every time you watch Titanic, and even the color of your dress the first time you met, this guy is 100% hooked. Only a guy who cares would remember such small details that mean a lot to you. 4. He lifts your mood when you've had a bad day. Is he sensitive to your emotions and aware when your day didn't go well? Does he go to great lengths just to lift your spirits and make you smile? These are his ways of telling you that he wants your happiness above everything else. If he listens patiently to your rants and complaints, his deep concern mirrors his special feelings for you. 5. He is very protective of you. If he acts very protective and makes sure you are safe at all times, that is one sign of his deep affection for you. When you are walking together, does he stand right next to you? Does he always let you walk on the safer side of the sidewalk? A man who is falling in love will make sure his girlfriend gets home safely, or will at least call to make sure she gets home. These may seem like small things, but together they are a sign that he wants to make sure you are safe and sound. 6. His eyes communicate what he is too scared to say. The eye is the window to the soul, and his intense eye contact, not the stalker type, when talking to you reveals what his words cannot express. The way he gazes and looks at you shows his level of interest. A person looks at the object of his fancy differently. You know the look. 7. He wants to know more about you. If he is keen on learning more about you, your life, family, and everything else, this is a sure sign that he is singling you out. He wants to find out if there are common interests for a future relationship. A man in love is interested in learning about the details of your life. 8. He talks about the future with you in it. Men will never ever talk about future plans with anyone they don't feel serious about. If he talks about the future plans, or inquires about yours, this is a sign that he wants you in his life long term. If, without flinching, he talks about a family with you, he is already hinting that he wants you to be part of his future. That is definitely a cue that he would like to be with you for good. 9. He gets upset when you don't return calls or messages. If something as harmless as an unreturned call, when you are unable to answer the phone or message, triggers a jealous reaction, he is interested in you. If he gets a little jealous of the idea that you are possibly with another guy at that moment, you have snagged his heart for good. 10. He likes to show his fondness for you. Physical attraction is always a part of the equation. When a guy is in love, he wants to touch the woman he loves often and in a very special way. If he loves to caress your face, or makes sure to gently brush the hair off your face, or holds your hand instinctively when crossing a street, he is telling you that he loves you. Is he in love with me? For many guys, actions speak louder than words. Men can be hard to figure out, either because they are clueless about their feelings or because they struggle to communicate. If your guy shows 5 or more of these signs, he definitely has feelings for you. Signs he is fighting his feelings for you. While we all want our man to profess his love for us and shower us with affection, sometimes he tries to fight those feelings. Here are some signs that he is fighting against expressing his feelings for you. He will be hot and cold. Sometimes he is affectionate towards you and other times he acts cold and distant. Since he is confused about how he feels, he will try to hide his feelings and not be around you long enough to let those emotions bubble to the surface. His body language will be out of sync with his speech. He may try to play it cool around you and not say anything to hint at how he's feeling, but his body language will show it. He will look and act nervous around you, and he may start subconsciously leaning towards you when you are talking. He will show signs of jealousy. While these may be minor instances, he will get jealous if you mention that you were hanging out with other men. He will try to downplay it like it is not a big deal, but his reaction will definitely show his hand when it comes to his feelings for you. He shares personal details. He will tell you a bunch of personal stories about his life, particularly deeply personal details. He wants you to know what kind of man he is, and the fact that he is comfortable sharing details with you. Why won't he tell me how he feels? Like I said before, there are 5 reasons why your man may be hesitant to open up and let you know how he is really feeling. It is too early in the relationship. While the two of you could be really hitting it off and having a great time, he may be wary about appearing too eager and loving. Men are afraid that if they are too eager too quickly with a woman, she will lose interest in him. Give him some space and some time, and he will eventually come around and open up to you. He is afraid to commit. Committing to one person is a scary prospect for most men, so he may feel that going all in with you freaks him out too much. Again, a lot of men do not want to drive women away by being too needy and too loving. He has been hurt in the past and simply fears another rejection. Most people are influenced by past events, so if he was rejected or hurt in the past, that would make him less willing to commit and tell you how he feels in the present. Perhaps in a previous relationship, he did that, and it didn't work out, so now he believes he should avoid making the same mistake again. He is just acting like a normal guy who would rather do things than articulate them in words. Men tend to favor doing things instead of saying things, so it is possible he feels like he does not need to say anything as he has already shown you how much he cares about you. If he is doing all of the affectionate and compassionate things I've already talked about, those may be strong enough signals in his view that he is in love with you. He is falling for you but is too scared to say so. As you may have guessed by now, men tend to be afraid at opening up to women because they feel that displaying vulnerability will make women unattracted to them. So, he may close himself off and wait for a better time later on to show you his true feelings.